服了，风贼的。
今天天真冷啊，都有点冻手。老板，你帮我热乎一下呗？
这不好吧？走，很高兴为您服务啊。
哎呀，有多高兴啊？
这可到。
哎。
ช่วงนี้เหงาอยากโดนเหล่าอ่ะโบรTake that motherfucker down, Devin! Don't let him go! Poke him in the eye!
What's going on, bro? Thank you, sir. You want a slice, bro?
Hell yeah.
Yeah? I got you, bro. Here, I got you ready.
Hey, these some nice apartments, bro.
Thank you, bro. Maggie. Go help yourself.
Hey, thank you, man.
You want pineapple too? Bro, you want it? Go ahead, bro. Hey, hold up. You want a hit from the yard ski?
Yeah,
Oh, my kitty. Hit that shit, bro. Oh, fuck, hit that shit. Yeah. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what I'm fucking talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get through the night.
Pásale, güerita, taquitos bien calientitos.
¿Dónde, perro? ¿Dónde, perro? ¿Dónde, perro?
No manches, ese loro sí se la sabe, ¿verdad? Que Dios que sí.
And boom, monkeys, welcome back to the Crypto Boogie channel. I am back, cats. I am not away. I'm hoping you enjoyed those new memes that I got for you, monkeys. I have been busy, cats. I have been busy, man. Shout out to the first moon ganger in the chat, Mr. Frickin' BLX, bro. Shout out to you, amigo. Like the video on your way in, gents. BLX is 100% correct. As a matter of fact, I got a meme for BLX right here, man. This is me and freaking BLX when we hang out, bro. When we go out fucking to different countries and shit like that. Let me see if I can pull this shit up, dude. I know he's going to fucking laugh his ass off, cats. All right, man. This is me and my homie BLX. I need to remove my ugly.
Damn, bro. Took you a minute. Yeah, I got you something. You for real?
What? I thought that's what you guys like.
Bro, when I say give me some, I mean like some Cheetos or like Doritos or something. Newports, backwoods, I don't even smoke.
That's not what you like?
That's like me saying, that's like you telling me to go in there and I bring out a Modelo.
And I would drink that if you brought me a Modelo.
You racist?
No, I'm just. Thought you
That's like you tell me get you something to drink and I go in there and bring out a cup of ice.
I mean, if you don't want it, I'll take it back.
Yeah, come on now.
I'll
What if I put my beanie down and drove like this? Hey, fucker, hey, fool. Come on now, bro. What the fuck?
So what do you want? I'm gonna get you
some snacks, bro. All right, bro, come on.
So you want Kool-Aid then?
Shout out to my homie BLX, dude. Shout out to him, man. That's my dog, man. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, man. We got to hang out again, bro. I know you're on the other side of the world right now, man. Shout out to Boomstick, man. Boogie is back. You are 110% correct. I am back. I am back, dudes. And then I got my other friend here, man. What's going on, homie? Lock in. Yeah, concur, man. Hey, I'm glad you like that fragrance I fucking recommended, monkey. That fragrance was fucking fire, man. So we've already ran through all the memes, cats, but don't worry. I still have the fragrance of the evening. Since we are January, man, we gotta wear some of that freaking dark shit. And this is one of my favorites, by the way. One of my freaking favorites. Too bad it's discontinued, man. As a matter of fact, when I got this bad boy, and I'll tell you guys about it later. When I purchased it, man, it was discontinued, and I saw it on Amazon for $45, bro. Yeah, I saw this sucker on Amazon for $45 about 2-3 years ago, bro. Dude, I bought like 4 of these, bro. 5 of these, man. You know what the sucker runs for right now, man, on eBay? Possibly what, fucking $400, $500, give or take, bro. Everybody wants this sucker, man. One of the best fragrances freaking Mugler's ever made, but we'll talk about it later, cats. Who else we got here in the chat, man? That seems like it is about it, monkeys. A shout out to you cats. Again, being redundant. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel. Now, a lot has happened since we've been away, man. We had that one incident with Mr. Maduro. He got freaking picked up by freaking the Delta cats up in Venezuela. From my understanding, man, according to the reports of some certain security guard, dude, it was maybe a 20-man team that went in there, and they took out the entire fucking... Well, I mean, it's Cuban SF, then again, too, man. That was that was guarding Maduro, supposedly, bro. I do know from the reports that I saw online, man, that when he was compromised, when he was captured, the Chinese and the Russians did provide surface-to-air missiles to Venezuela to go ahead and freaking protect Maduro. And those were knocked out. And it's kind of weird, man, because they said that all the lights went out. All the power went out for like a small period of time. Like if they dropped a small EMP that lasted for a small period of time, and then everything came back up after they extracted his ass, dude. The bad guys, or the guys that were guarding Maduro, supposedly, bro, when they made contact with these freaking operators, man, they hit him with some type of sound weapon or something like that, man, that made them want to throw up and shit. I thought that was pretty fucking cool. Of course, there's tech that we have, man, that other portions of the world don't have, man, which is interesting, nevertheless. That doesn't surprise me, man, if we do have fucking sound-based freaking weapons. That's pretty freaking cool, bro. I need one of those, man. That's what I need, man. Some sound-based I think the last time I ever saw something like that was in that movie or that show, Stranger Things. You guys know what I'm talking about? Of course, it turned freaking totally fucking gay and shit at the end, bro. Like, dude, end of the world's fucking ending, and they fucking like come out of the closet and shit like that, bro. But, like, prior to that, I think there was a scene where, like, in the 80s, the U.S. Army was using some type of sound weapon, bro, that would disrupt 11 or whatever her number was, bro. And then all of a sudden, bro, they use the same weapon on Maduro. That's crazy, dude. And that is fucking crazy, cats. We got my homie here, Ramirez 9796. ¿Qué pasó, amigo? ¿Qué pasó? So, all right. Now, what are we going to cover today, monkeys? Of course, I wanted to share this on X with you, cats. You guys saw what happened to Jerome Powell. The motherfucker is getting indicted, or he got a subpoena, from my understanding, bro. Let me see if I got the post up. Yeah, I got the post up, man. Yada, 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 yada. Let me see if I can post this sucker up so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about, man. Share screen. As you guys can see, just then, 39% Jerome Powell will be charged with a federal crime before 2027 before traders on Kalshi. They're talking about that, man, that there's a pretty decent chance. 39% ain't bad, man. 39%. I would say that he is going to get charged, if anything, bro. Doesn't mean he's going to get convicted, but charged. So right now what they gave him is, I don't think he's been subpoenaed yet. I don't know what federal terms they use for indicting these people or something like that, man. But from my understanding, I do know that Jerome Powell is in hot water right now. Let's see. Let me pull up my stream again. Where the hell's my ugly freaking face? Oops. Hey, monkeys, do me a favor. Monkeys, give me 1 second. You see that my screen is completely freaking spread out really big. I need to adjust that. So if you monkeys could bear with me, let me get my ugly face out of here, and I'll run you guys a quick infomercial if you guys don't freaking mind. Bear with me, cats. Let me get my ugly face out of here. How's that? I think that's a little bit better, man. It's a lot bit better, if anything. Let me close this shit out. Now, what tokens do I intend to cover today, cats? I do want to go over Bitcoin. I do want to see which way Bitcoin's heading on the daily and which way it's going on the weekly. I also want to follow up with ETH, see which way ETH is being... What do you mean rugged? I'm not rugged, man. I just pulled back for a couple seconds. So I also want to go over a little bit of Ethereum and shit like that. We're going to go over one of the tokens I haven't talked about here. It's pretty popular. Miguel's talked about it, man. I think it's a good token to DCA into, man. And then, of course, I do have possibly some Pulse Chain or Hex for you cats, man. Know what I mean? So that is what I got today. Let me give you guys... No, not that infomercial. That infomercial's too fucking long, bro. What do we have here on media assets? So if you cats bought a certain type of fragrance, drop it in the chat, man. Maybe I can talk about that as well, because I know you cats aren't into fucking fragrance. We'll also cover a little bit of that, man. Make the stream a little bit more interesting than just fucking boring ass charts. So, in the meantime, let me remove this shit. Share screen. Donde estamos? Let's go over here to BTC, man. Is that BTC? Let me see if I can make this a little bit shorter for you cats. There we go. I remember when I first started streaming, man, I would stress out about shit like that over these silent moments. Now I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my ugly face out of here. All right. Currently, we're looking at the Bitcoin chart, man. It seems that we're at about day numero 54, bro, of its 80-day cycle, if anything, bro. It seems that's where we're at. Let me give you guys candles so you guys could understand a little bit better, man. And it seems like we've been just oscillating sideways. I do know that yesterday things were pretty bullish. We hit 92,000. And then earlier today, we dumped down to about 90,000. Currently, we're at about 91,367, dude. Now, which way could Bitcoin be going? Now, if you look at the charts historically, man, for the most part, it seems like the low is in. But it seems like we do have a decent amount of momentum on the daily. And one of the things that's getting me kind of bullish is this awesome oscillator. And for you cats that don't know, so whenever this starts pumping up, if we get 3 of these, that is considered a super AO. And that indicates we're probably going to continue running in that momentum. Of course, green, meaning that we are positive and we're going to continue to the upside, if anything, cats. You know what I'm saying? And if we get 3 of them, that's extra bullish. And according to the Bill Williams alligator, it does seem that we came down in a downward fashion, man, and we were a little bit bearish. Of course, you could see that the mouth of the alligator started chomping up here sideways a little bit, and then it opened up again, and it seems like it flipped inverse, and it wants to go to the upside, at least for the time being. That's what it seems like it wants to do. But reminder, cats, I think not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow, the Supreme Court decides what's going to happen with Trump's tariffs. And that may indicate which way the market goes. Now, I would assume that if the tariffs do get fucking shot down by the Supreme Court, that does happen. I would be under the assumption that doggone the market would pump, for the reason being that that's bullish for companies and markets and things of that nature. And I would assume that the normal thing to do is if they were to stay approved, then we would either oscillate sideways, continue sideways and dump, or we would just straight up dump. That's what I would assume. Ivan on Tech has a different analysis on it, man. And it may be that things are priced in as well already. So going back to the chart here, man, going back to the BTC chart, it seems like we want to trend to the upside. But then again, we're at about day 54, day 53. And on average, we've been doing about 80 days, give or take, ballparking it. And we do have this fair value gap here on the weekly, anywhere from 97 to about 101,000. Now, this is an area for concern, though, monkeys. This is an area for concern, because if we do go up over here to the 98,000 to the 97,000. If I was to put this on a weekly chart, let me do this momentarily for you cats. You guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. And I take off my Bill Williams alligator and I turn on the 50-week moving averages. That is the area, or I would assume that's the area we would probably get rejected from. I do know a lot of paper hands, cats. A lot of paper hands would probably pump this market up there as soon as we get close to that 100,000 or that 101, or we come into this fair value gap right here on the weekly. At that point in time, man, we would start dumping. That's what I would assume would happen. Now, you guys have heard me tell you this before. Let's go back to the daily. I do think that we're pumping up into the fourth portion of the Elliott wave. And once I go to the weekly chart, I'll show you cats exactly what I mean. So according to fucking the EMA ribbon, we're starting to break out of the inverse EMA ribbon. Let me check. Moving out. We're starting to fucking, let me turn off this moving average. We're starting to break out of the EMA ribbon, and the EMA ribbon is tightening up. It usually happens for two reasons when this occurs. When that happens, that usually indicates that either the market is flipping to a positive manner or there's limited to no price action. The time being, it seems that the EMA ribbon itself wants to flip positive. Now, whenever you have the red portion of the EMA ribbon to the top side and the orange portion to the top, that usually tends to be bearish. But one of the things I like about what I'm seeing here is the fact that it wants to flip. And then we would get some volatility where it would expand, and then we would pump to the upside. Let me show you cats exactly what I mean. So going back to the chart, you can see that the EMA ribbon is tightening up. And over here, you could clearly see that there is expansion. Whenever there's expansion, you get massive amounts of volatility, cats. So if this flips bullish and then we get a fanning, that would shoot us up to the 200-week moving average where I showed you cats, which is at about 101,000. What's intriguing, though, is that the 200 EMA, or the 200 period moving average right here, the 200 EMA is acting as an area of resistance to about 99,648. That's what it seems like it wants to do. Now, let me take you monkeys over to the weekly. Vamos a ver. Let me pull this chart down, remove, stop screen. Bring my ugly face back up over here, and let's put this sucker on the weekly, homie. Y aquí estamos with the chart on the weekly. Let me take off all this other shit here. This is on the weekly, though. Now, let me expand this so you guys can see this clearly. Let me get you guys some candles as well, so you guys can see a little bit better. And let me turn off, okay, hold on. Let me turn off this Bill Williams alligator. Now, of course, you guys can see that I have bigger blocks here. These bigger blocks are areas of liquidity currently where we're at. It seems like we do want to pump to the upside, and we want to get to this fair value gap on the daily here of about 95,000. That is one of the goals. You can see that the market was kind of reaching for that. And again, this is the area that I'm expecting for us to get rejected from. Now, as you can see, these white, let me change these to blue, cats, so you guys can understand me a little bit better. Oh, let's go with something brighter. Let's go with cyan blue. Let's go with cyan blue. Now, you guys can see that I have this shit here. We were 0. We came down to 1. We came back up to 2. We shot down to 3 all the way down this way. Seems like we're going back up to 4. And then I think that once we get up over here to the weekly EMA ribbon, or the weekly fair value gap that you see right over here, that'll be a rejection point, and we should be coming down. So it should look a little bit something like this, man. We're probably going to continue oscillating sideways like that, come back up over here before we start coming back down here to wave 5. And I think that can take us down all the way down to about 74, give or take. 74 or 78. That's the area that I think we're probably heading down to, so we could finish off this EMA ribbon, or this, not the EMA ribbon portion, but this fair value gap portion. That's what I'm guessing. Now, what's intriguing about this, though, is that if we look at this from a bigger timeline, you can see that this was the beginning of the bull market down here. We came from 0 to 1, or that's when we came down to about 15,000. We came up to 1, came back down to 2, shot all the way up to 3 up over here, and then we came down a little bit. We came back up to 5. Now, that is a completed fifth portion Elliott wave, and it seems like we're trying to complete our ABC correction wave. But what's intriguing, let me remove this shit and show you guys the next chart, is Ethereum. And what's weird about Ethereum is that Ethereum in itself hasn't fucking finished its fifth portion of the Elliott wave. As a matter of fact, I would argue that Ethereum is on wave 4 right now before we go up to wave 5. And if you look at the charts historically, you always see BTC and Ethereum track equally everywhere they go on average. Of course, not every single move per se is completely fucking like similar and shit like that, but you can see that they track equally. But if you look at the charts now, it really doesn't look that way. It's almost as if ETH has been lagging and it's not been following Bitcoin a little bit. Now, this leads me to believe that they've probably been pushing Ethereum down manually, and they've been doing it for a reason, so the rest of the market don't pump. That way the institutions can keep picking up Ethereum, and they're trying to shake out all the weak hands so we can continue pumping to the upside. You know what I'm saying? Now, check this out. Let me show you cats exactly what I mean. Let's go over to ETH. ETH. All right. Vamos a ver aquí. Vamos a ver aquí con Ethereum. Let me get this shit out of the way so you guys can see a little bit more clearly. So Ethereum, on the other hand, and let me make these numbers, not the orange one. Let me get this 3 here. Put this 3 up there. And I wish I had a quick way. I don't have it set up to do it that way. But look at this shit. We came up from 0 to 1 to 2. And then look at this fucking weird ass shit, man. Came all the way back down here, man. Down to about 1437, bro. We broke the top of 1, but we didn't come past 2, which still validates Ethereum as it's in a continual Elliott wave. And then we came back up over here to 3. And if you look at the awesome oscillator, look at that shit. We peaked out at 3. So it seems, where's 4 at? Aquí lo tengo marcado el 4. That's 4 right here, down this way. And it seems that Ethereum is still over here on 4. Now, it would be safe to assume, let's go ahead and grab a trend line here. Let's put that there. Let's make it blanco. Let's put that line there and let's make it white. You could see, man, that Ethereum, in order for it to finish its fifth portion of the Elliott wave, we have to go past 5022. It's safe to say, man, and it's normal in Elliott waves, bro, to go slightly higher than 3. That would easily put us at about 7,000 to about 8,000 bucks, give or take, cats. So it seems like Ethereum still has a ways to run. Now, what's intriguing about this, cats, is that as Bitcoin, and as I showed you guys on the other chart, approaches wave 4 in the inverse method, which is a pump to the upside all the way to the 50-week moving average, about fucking 101,000 to about 99,000. That seems where Bitcoin is heading for wave 4 before it dumps down. And I think as we pump up into that wave 4, Ethereum will follow suit and finish its wave 5. You know what I'm saying, cats? So that may give us enough time to continue running to the upside, cats. And even though, let's say the 4-year cycle is in, if the 4-year cycle is even correct, let's say it's in for Bitcoin, Ethereum is still pending to do its shit to run up to its fifth portion of the Elliott wave. Now, I would be under the assumption that this Elliott wave cycle, or not this Elliott wave, I would assume that the 4-year cycle is over with. Assume, not financial advice, cats. I'm not 100% sure on that. You know what I'm saying? I would assume that the 4-year cycle is done and over with, because we've barely started pumping liquidity back into the markets. Of course, you listen to DCC. Is he live right now, by the way? I think he may be live. Yeah, he was live. He was live. He even mentioned, man, that Jerome Powell should have been fucking cutting rates all fucking 2025, and we should have pumped to the upside. But he delayed that shit on purpose. And right, I was listening to wasn't Jerome Powell. What the fuck's the name of that one guy, bro? I forgot his name. Regardless, I can't remember his name, bro. But it seems like it's for political reasons that Jerome Powell's dragging his fucking feet. And as for the next FOMC watch tool, let me go and share this with you cats. Let me get my ugly face out of here. Man, that's fucking bright. Let me get my ugly face out of here. According to this, there's a 95% chance we're not going to cut rates. That should be January 28th when that happens, man. And then if you look at March 18th, there's another chance we're probably not going to cut rates. People are even under the belief that we may not even cut rates till coming June, bro. That is fucking nuts, bro. If that doesn't scream political games, that I don't know what the fuck does, bro. That is fucking crazy to me, bro, if we don't cut rates. Now, we do know that Jerome Powell is set to leave around May, give or take, unless he steps down from all this political pressure that he's getting. You know what I'm saying? Then, of course, that would be dovish for us, and we would pump to the upside. But if anything, it seems like he's been dragging his feet. Nevertheless, the money printing has started, cats. So that would indicate that we should be pumping to the upside. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird. It's almost as the TA, or at least my TA, is saying, no, we're not going to pump anymore, with the exception of ETH, of course. And of course, if ETH pumps, the altcoins go with it. But the TA, as per my TA at least, it's saying that yeah, we're approaching the end of the 4-year cycle. You know what I'm saying? But the FA, everything else that's going on seems pretty damn bullish, if anything, cats. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what we got here in the chat, man. Now, do you think Trump would keep all the markets up for his midterm election? I think so, man. And I think that's one of the reasons Trump is putting a lot of pressure on Powell, bro. He's putting a shitload of pressure on Powell because we've got the midterms coming up. You know what I'm saying? And we want to have a good market, at least a good stock market, a good market overall, a positive sentiment market for the elections and shit like that, man. I do know that the prices of gas hadn't been dipping, and I know that was one of the main complaints in the last fucking presidency. And Trump's done a good job with that, and it seems like they're going to continue going lower, especially if we end up acquiring Greenland. You know what I'm saying? Because that's only more natural resources that we'll be picking up. And that is good for your conventional person, man. I just recently I recently added some fucking oil and gas stocks to not my portfolio, but to my trading view account, so I can start tracking those, see which way the market is going, see where I can find a bottom, and maybe DCA into some marathon oil company. I remember when COVID was hot at the time being, I remember that I put in some dinero into, I think it was Marathon Petroleum Company. I walked out with a decent amount of cash from that little move that I made, man, because everything had dipped. You know what I'm saying? So let's see which way everything fucking goes, bro. Shout out to Crypto Toad, man. What's going on, amigo? Glad to have you here, man. Even if money prints last cycle, didn't crypto still go down? Yes, there will be a time where we do go down. But if all the assets in themselves are moving in. Now, it's funny you mentioned that. It said, even though money prints, wouldn't some assets go down like they did last time around? Yeah, but you forget we're approaching income tax season, man. And according to this administration, we should be getting our biggest income tax return in history. And when people have an abundance of money, what do you think they use that at, man? They use it to fucking buy shit. And some people throw it into the crypto market, man. You know what I'm saying? So if things are bullish, things are looking positive, especially when we pass that the Clarity Act and it goes through. I think people will probably start fucking DCAing back into crypto, man. And that should give us a quick, immediate pump to the upside, bro. You know what I'm saying? That always happens, bro, when people start getting their checks back. And I think that's where we're headed for, at least for now, man. If things go positive, then we should continue pumping to the upside. Now, fragrance of the day, cats. Mugler Crypto Mint. One of my favorite fragrances, bro. Let me see if I can find you cats the notes on this shit. Now, I would not recommend you buy this shit, bro. At all. Not now, because it is too fucking expensive, bro. Let's see. Crypto Mint. Let's go to Fragrantica, bro. Let's see what the notes are on this bitch. Vamos a ver con Fragrantica. Yeah, and it's funny, bro, because its name is Crypto Mint. You know what I'm saying? Dude, this is a nice smelling fucking fragrance, bro. As a matter of fact, bro, I like it in the high heat as well, bro. Unfortunately, it's discontinued. Here we go. Present screen, share screen. This is Mugler motherfucking Crypto Mint, son. Look at that shit. One of my favorite fragrances out there, bro. Aromatic, warm and spicy. I'm not picking up a lot of the greens, cat. I'm picking a lot of mint, patchouli, fresh and spicy, vanilla. I get that, man. Chocolate at the very end. You definitely get that one, bro. But for some odd reason, I think it's a mint in this fucking fragrance, bro. I think what's crazy about it is that it does so fucking well because of the mint and the high heat. You know what I'm saying? So that is the fragrance of the day, cats. Definitely one of my fucking top 5 fragrances. I haven't smoked this one in a while. Oh, fuck. This one smells amazing, bro. One of my favorite fragrances of all time. You can see that. Well, you can't really see it right now. You see the fucking how much liquid I have left, bro? Not much. With this bad boy. So, another news, not another news, bro. Another piece of kit that I do have. I do like carrying fucking knives with me sometimes. Of course, it's always badass to carry a fucking knife. This is one of the Microtech fixed blades. I forgot the name of it, man. Here you go. I did not get it serrated. This is one of my fucking favorite blades to carry, man. It comes in a fucking what looks to be a carbon fiber fucking holster. Let me see if it's got the name on there, bro. I don't remember the name of this bad boy. Do I have it up there? Sure don't, man. But nevertheless, man, this is one of my favorite fucking blades, bro. I love this shit. Since we're on the topic of weapons, let's meme it up a little bit, cats. Let's meme it up, man. Vamos a ver. Stop screen.
Enemy down. Enemy.
Even though he looks a little bit doofus, bro. He looks a little bit doofus. I got to give the guy credit, man. At least he's practicing at his house, bro. At least that dude is practicing. Did you see the way he was flipping that fucking knife, bro? That takes practice to do shit, cats. You know what I'm saying? Now, shout out to my friend Kennedy, man. He's a Flippapino zipperhead, bro. He's a good friend of mine. Yeah, we talk shit to each other. He calls me a dirty fucking beaner, and I call him a Flippapino zipperhead, bro. He tells I'm a big proponent. Like, dude, I'm not a big fan of Taekwondo. I'm not a big fan of like karate or what's the name of the other one? Fucking Steven Seagal did Aikido. I'm not really a fan of any of those martial arts. I mean, I ain't gonna fuck with MMA. I do know that the MMA guys do use a front kick, the roundhouse kick, and in some aspects a side kick from Taekwondo. But like integrating that stuff into MMA is cool. I like boxing, jiu-jitsu, fucking judo. All that shit will work, bro. I'm not big onto the other fucking traditional martial arts and shit like that. But I was talking to my homie, man, and I think that fucking knowing how to fight with a knife, bro, is very important. If you cats didn't know, in incidents where it's a gun versus a knife, bro, within 20 yards, bro, a knife will fuck up your life, cats. It will definitely fuck up your life. A lot of people that are not conventional shooters or avid shooters can tell you that if you shoot somebody, even with a 45, bro, at about 20 yards, bro, he'll still keep coming at you, dude. You know what I'm saying? Unless you get real good shot placement. But when your heart's beating 150 beats per minute, 130 beats per minute, trust me, bro, it's very difficult to make these accurate shots. I've heard people make the complaints to police officers, well, why didn't you shoot him in the knee? Or why didn't you shoot the gun out of his hand? Or why didn't you shoot the bat out of his hand? It doesn't work that way, man. When somebody's charging at you, man, and they're going full blast within 20 yards, bro, trust me, dude, it's very difficult to get precision shots. Hence why a lot of people train that you should aim at the center of the torso. And that's why I've heard the argument that a knife always beats a gun within 20 yards. Now, that doesn't mean that you won't get shot. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that you won't get shot. But if somebody with a knife closes in on you, bro, within 20 yards, bro, you're probably going to die. God forbid. And I pray it never happens to any of you cats, man. But you're probably going to pass away, bro, because something like a knife, bro, will fuck up your life, cats. It will definitely fuck up your lives. And going back to my statement, I was talking to my homie Kennedy, and he's a big proponent of Filipino martial arts or Filipino knife fighting, bro. And I think that would be one good martial art to practice. And I think that's something a lot of people are forgetting to learn how to fight with. You got to learn how to fight with it. You got to learn how to fight with your hands. Of course, I'm into boxing, cats. I mean, I've gotten my ass kicked before, mind you. But I think that learning how to fight with a knife along with a handgun and a rifle and a shotgun is very important. Do I know how to fight with a knife? No. I don't think I know how to fight with a knife at all. I've never taken any classes to learn how to fight with a knife. If I had the time, it'd probably be one of the skills that I would practice. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to fight with a blade. There's another cat. He used to own Funker Tactical. I think his name is Paulo Rubio, like Paulo, Rubio, Rubio. He's some cat from Canada, man. You know what I'm saying? And he's big on knife fighting. And I know in Canada it's very restricted to carry a firearm. I don't even think you can conceal carry that, man. But knives are always something that that you should know how to fight with. You know what I'm saying? I think, especially if you live in a country like Canada. And Canada, I do know that in Alberta, Canada. Alberta, you can carry a pocket knife, like a folding pocket knife. It can't be as large as this blade. And in Mexico, believe it or not, you can carry a knife too, man, just not in Tamaulipas. You can do it in Monterrey and in other fucking states, just not Tamaulipas. In Monterrey, you can carry a knife, so it's important to learn how to fight with a knife, especially if you're in a foreign country, you know what I'm saying? I would only imagine that in areas like Japan, you're permitted to carry a knife. I mean, quote me, I don't know. I don't know, man. Not that you would need to carry something like in Japan. Japan's pretty safe, if anything, man. I heard that Japan itself is probably safer than Dubai at the time being, man. Dubai's still trying to catch up to Japan as to how safe it is. You know what I'm saying? Now, Vietnam for a fact. I know in Vietnam for a fact you can't carry anything, man. You know what I'm saying? Like do you throw a knife? Like Call of Duty? No, man. I don't do none of that shit. Gotta learn how to throw Chinese stars, bro, if anything, dude. You know what I'm saying? All right, cats. Enough with that little side tangent. Let us move forward, man. Now, the token that I have noticed that DCC's been talking a little about is none other that I haven't talked about on this stream is none other than motherfucking Aerodrome Finance. Look at this bad boy. Let me get my ugly face out of here so you guys can see the chart a little bit better. And let me get you guys some candles. Now, I was looking at Aerodrome, and this is the pattern that I picked up on it. I got the 0 to 1, and then we came up to 3 up over here because this is the highest point in the market here on the Awesome Oscillator. And I'm assuming that this Coinbase chart that I'm using doesn't give me the full details, but immediately I could pick off the 1 to 2. We went up to 3, and then we oscillated sideways for a long-ass time as it should be. 4 was very complex. We came up to 5, and it seems that it finished its ABC corrective wave. It came all the way down here to about 28 cents, and its all-time high was at about, almost $2.37. You know what I'm saying? And it seems that we're currently starting, I don't know if this is a wave 1. This is 1, and we're coming back down to 2, or this is 0, 1, 2, 3, and we're retracing down to 4, but I don't think it could possibly be a 4, man. I don't know. I think time will tell. I think that we are going to pump to the upside. Now, if you guys see these numbers or these measurements I made, look what I found. consistently it's been running at 81 days, 80 days, 84 days. The only two anomalies I have here is 59 and 61, 73 days and 70 and 76. So I would expect that this down we got as of recent here at about 39 cents was the bottom before we start turning to the upside. And as you can see, the Bill Williams alligator does want to start pushing up. You know what I'm saying? Now, let me get you cats the bars. And one of the things I saw is that we got this buy-in signal. Yes, this is a buy-in signal, cats, utilizing the Bill Williams method. This is what you call a bullish divergent bar. We started here at the bottom and we climbed to the top, bro. That indicates that we're getting badass momentum. So we pumped up and then we broke past the alligators. We're using it as an area of support as we continue to the upside. But this is an immediate indicator that we are going to rally, that we are rallying to the upside. And one of the things that I did pick up on it is that the super AO did start after we got our bullish divergent bar. We got 1, 2, 3, flip positive, went negative 3 days, and now we're positive 2 days. So it seems like Aerodrome is about to run to the upside. You know what I'm saying? So if my count is correct here, we're at a 0, 1, 2. We came all the way up to 3, and it seems like we're still coming up to 4. And if it's not like that, then this would be a 0 to 1. We're down here at 2, and we're barely start running up here at 3, cats. So this seems like a pretty positive fucking token. And yes, I have DCA'd into it. And if this is wave 3 instead of wave 5, this token's going to rally pretty damn hard, man. I think this is going to do pretty well. If I remember correctly, DCC had been stating, he had mentioned that he had mentioned that it is using a little bit of Sonic tech, a little bit of Andre Cronje tech, if anything, cats. So things do seem pretty freaking positive for this token, bro. So ticker on it is AERO, Arrow, and you can get it on Coinbase. So it's pretty simple to buy, cats. You know what I'm saying? So I am longing this token as well, man, on one of the exchanges out there. I am longing this token, and I'm expecting it to do pretty well, bro. Of course, I do have my my short stop on it, or like my stop on it if it does reverse to the downside. Nevertheless, I do have a decent amount fucking DCA'd into this token, man. So food for thought, cats. Food for freaking thought, man. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, moving on to some of the things that I wanted to show you cats on Twitter. I should have shown it to you earlier after I showed you Bitcoin. But hey, man, better late than never, right? Shout out to Mergen, the trader. Let me get my ugly face out of here. Let's look at this chart right here. He says, extreme fear is back. This is where Bitcoin has shocked everyone before. And you can see that we came down into this bear market. Can you guys see my fucking, I don't think you can see my cursor. At the left side of the screen, can you guys see my cursor? No, you can't see my cursor. You can see that we're here at the, where it says extreme fear lows, bear market lows. Then we pumped up to 233%. We dumped back down, and then we went up 70%. We dumped back down, and we went up to 42%. And it's the exact same fear, man. Look at that shit. So shout out to this guy, man. I concur with him, bro. Things do look positive in that direction, bro. Let me see if I can pull this sucker back a little bit. And let me show you guys one from Mr. Mags. Present, share screen. Let's go over here to Mags. Donde chingos está Mags? Now, Mags, of course, is showing the total crypto market cap that we did develop this area of support here at about 2.89 trillion, or an area, I would like to call it not an area of respect, but an area of, I don't have the terminology right now. But you can see that things do want to go positive a little bit. He says total crypto market cap is still holding above the 2021 all-time high. Price is also trading inside a raising wedge pattern. Currently, the price is sitting right at the lower support zone of the rising wedge. So it seems like we are headed back to about $4.7 trillion, man, which is always fucking positive. You know what I'm saying, cats? take this off and show my ugly face back here, man. Let us go over to, let me see what we got over here, man. Let me see if I can pull up Pulse Chain for you cats. Trading View. Bring up my charts here, man. Let's go over to Pulse Chain. And I am DCAing cats into Pulse Chain. People think I'm fucking crazy, bro. I am definitely DCAing into Pulse Chain. Let's go over here to my regular charts, FTM. Here we go. Over here to Pulse Chain. Donde chingados lo tengo? There we go. Bring this sucker up. Turn off my EMA ribbon, and let's go with a Bill Williams alligator. Here we go. Cool. Let me pull up the chart, cats. Share screen. Here you guys go. Get my ugly face out of here. This is currently the Pulse Chain chart, man. Let me put it over here on candles. Value is at about 4 zeros and a 1610. Now, one of the things that I noticed about Pulse Chain, we sweep liquidity a little bit over here, man. But as you can see, this bar right here is a bearish divergent bar. And then what ended up happening is we got down here, got a fractal. We started pumping to the upside. And then around day here on January 5th, we started getting a third signifier of the awesome oscillator. And you can see that we just flipped bullish over here, or we just went positive. Let me show you cats exactly what I mean. This bar right here, we went from negative to positive. So that told me, you know what, man, I think it's maybe a little bit of time to start DCAing back into Pulse Chain. I got myself a little bit of Pulse Chain. I did not throw my entire bag at it. And you could see that things want to start trending positive, to the positive manner, man. Let's see if we don't oscillate sideways and we pump to the upside, cats. But you guys know, straight up for a fact, man, that every time we pump to the upside, what happens, man? The community dumps it. You know what I'm saying? That is a big problem within our community. And I think that's one of the reasons Richard Hart himself did the new token launch, and not many people wanted to participate. Doesn't have a lot of liquidity in there, man. So I am hoping that the fucking weak hands are out and we'll start turning to the upside, man. So I did DCA a little bit into Pulse Chain. I DCA a little bit into P-Hex, if anything, bro. I got me a couple of those tokens, man. So yeah, I got me some of that shit. Let's see who we got here in the chat, man. Marco72, what's going on, amigo? How you doing, bro? So for the most part, that pretty much covers it, monkeys. That pretty much covers it. I've been in communication with the Twinkster. He's been a little bit busy, man. So he hasn't been able to come online here on stream. You know what I'm saying, dude? We will have probably, maybe, I'll talk to the cat, see if we can do a stream, some tacos and kimchi for you cats on Friday. You know what I'm saying? So do me a favor, monkeys. Make sure you guys like this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, bro. And I'll try to drop in here with you cats here on El Domingo. That means Sunday. With the Twinksters, man. Not Sunday, Friday. See if I can drop in here Friday, cats, if Twinksters is available. If not, I'll probably do it solo, which is cool too, man. And give you cats a market update. Forgive me that I have not been consistent, cats. As of recent, my dog of 14 years of age has passed away. So I had to put him to sleep, man, and I had to take care of that shit, man. And then fucking work's been fucking nuts. It's not till I completely ascend out of the matrix that you will see me here at least 4 or 5 times a week, cats. Once that happens, then yeah, you can see Boogie a little bit more. But for the meantime, man, I still got to grind it out at work a little bit, man. And I still got to continue fucking piling up that USDC, that DAI. You know what I'm saying? So when the market does dip again, I've got some fucking fresh bag of dinero so I could throw back into the market. You know what I'm saying, cats? So keep your fingers crossed, man. I think we're going to do pretty well, man, as we go into that 4th portion of the Elliott wave for Bitcoin. And I think Ethereum is going to follow suit. It's going to finish its 5th wave. And that should pump up the alts. Keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully the Richard Hart fucking ecosystem does come back up along with Sonic. And I know Aerodrome's probably going to do pretty well, cats. So that pretty much covers it, cats. I will catch you, monkeys, on the flip side.